guess we should make a start. We've got one clock that says 10:30 and another that's just gone. So hopefully the people online can hear. If you cannot, please send us a message and we'll sort that out. Okay, so thank you very much for everyone for attending, for coming in person and joining us online as well. Your support is really, really appreciated. This is the first, as you know, it's the first workshop of the Special Interest Group in Climate, Environment and Sustainability of the Institute of Mathematics and its Applications. It was about a year ago that Francisco first put out the call for co-founders of this group, and the aim was to bring specialists in these different fields together with mathematicians to work on these problems for the benefit of all of us. So you're one of the first groups to support us in that, so thank you very much. We'll also have lots of thank yous at the end, but in case anyone is forgotten at this point, I'd just like to thank all the organisers, so our IMA colleagues, the LMS colleagues, as well, all of the speakers and the panelists, and of course yourselves for your time. There's a bit of housekeeping before I just hand over to Ros, and we're not expecting a fire alarm today, so if one goes off, then go back down into the lobby and follow it sort of in that direction. Just go straight ahead. Yeah. The back down in the lobby, you might have noticed signs for the toilets. They're round to the right, I think. Both sets, you'll find them, I'm sure, if you haven't been here before. I think that's it for housekeeping. So with that, I'd like to introduce the IMA Executive Director, Ros Azouzi.
It's lovely. Oh, sorry, I've got one of those days today where I'm running around in circles. It's really lovely to meet you all, and thank you so much for coming. It's a real honour, to be honest, to be part of our inaugural event. You know, the first time that we've ever had climate and sustainability SIG. So we are really excited about, you know, the next steps, and also our first sort of kick-off event to really bring everybody together in our community. And this day just proves how many people are supporting and working in mathematics and applied mathematics in this area. And we really want to promote that and make sure people are aware of that, particularly at policy level and in other areas as well. I think it's important to note we're taking place obviously today, 23rd of September. Just a few weeks ago, the Met Office announced that summer 2025 was the UK's warmest on record. And the mean temperature from the 1st of June to the 31st of August stood at 16.10 degrees Celsius, which is 1.51 degrees Celsius above the long-term meteorological average for the UK summer. So that's a big increase, over 1 degree. In my generation, many people are told that the summer of 1976 is in living memory. I was about one. But I remember it because all from Essex, we have London clay, and there's something about that soil, and it gets very, very cracked in hot weather, and it just stays with you, that memory. But that year, the mean temperature was 15.7 degrees. Sorry, which one?
No, I think it's not. I don't know, that's really. Whoever's connected to the Zoom call needs to turn up.
Right, okay. Yeah, it was all right a minute ago. Is that better? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, in fact, today, though, Met Office data shows the top 5 warmest summers have actually occurred since the year 2000. And that is 2025, this year, 2018, 2006, 2003, and 2022. So the hot summer of 1976 is distant memory now, and that is not good. Obviously, there are many people in the UK who don't like cold and wet weather. So it's very easy to dismiss those concerns about rising temperatures and think, oh, it's lovely, it's going to be like living in Barcelona. But of course, this is not simple or pleasant in reality. The weather patterns are becoming more erratic. Rising sea temperatures are leading to increased humidity and generating damaging and powerful storms, as one example, and at atypical times of the year. We're obviously seeing in other parts of the world devastating consequences of rising sea levels from melting ice caps. There are deadly floods, storms, droughts, extreme heat phenomena, and we're seeing temperatures in many cities now regularly reaching 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, which is, you know, in places like Seville, you know, around Europe, and obviously in the Far East and Africa. This endangers the lives of many people, particularly the elderly and vulnerable people, and we're seeing massive pressure on national grids to power increasing numbers of air conditioning units, and that's when people can afford to install them, and as we know, not everybody can. Mathematics and its applications is essential to dealing with the challenges our planet faces. It enables us to measure and compare, model and predict outcomes, and dispel myths and misunderstandings and identify tangible solutions. For the non-mathematical scientists, and I am one of those people, I must confess to that, but there is much to be confused about. Is a new high-speed rail link, which impacts local wildlife and habitats, but could run on renewable energy, more damaging than aircraft contrails? Should streetlights be turned off to minimise electricity consumption? Or is the impact on safety, particularly for women, too dangerous? Should we hold and record all our meetings online to avoid travelling, or does the energy and water consumption of data centres cause more harm? These are all very confusing messages that we're receiving, and we really need the help of mathematicians to help us through some of this information and, let's be honest, misinformation. Public support for environmental campaigns is often a delicate balance, and poor perceptions of policymaker decisions, especially in increasingly polarised times, could have a knock-on effect for other environmental decisions people will make. We have seen renewable energy proposals can lead to people in fossil fuel industries feeling threatened and worried about their future livelihoods. It is important to forecast and plan effectively for the jobs and skills of the future and create appropriate training and reskilling opportunities to ensure people don't feel left behind. Commissioning the expertise of mathematicians can help us make the right choices for our generation and generations to come. Today's event will provide a spotlight on the vast and vital work that is already taking place in mathematics across academia, business and government. The knowledge shared today will provide a foundation for our SIG. Our thanks to all the speakers and guests for your participation and the contributions that you'll be making throughout today, because it's so important. But before we begin, can I also take the opportunity to thank, on behalf of the IMA, the founding members of our Climate and Sustainability SIG. That is Francisco de Mello Verissimo, I hope I say that right, Francisco, Dawn Geatches of UK Business Connect, Chris Budd of Bath University, Natasha Johnson of Heathrow Airport, and Tiffany Blah of Glasgow. Your help in offering to lead this important group and putting together such a fantastic programme today is really gratefully received. Our thanks also to Innovate UK and Business Connect, who have sponsored the event and without which we couldn't have made that possible. And we're really, really excited to take the next steps with you all. So thank you again. So without further ado, I need to pass you on to the first keynote speaker, Valeria Lucarini of Leicester, and the proceedings will be well and truly underway. So thank you and have a lovely day.